Hi, my name is Sai. So I got interested in science through elementary school experiments, and I think it was very interesting to me that we can learn so much about the world around us just from doing an experiment and being like and looking at observations that we can just make in everyday life. Like if you just throw a ball, you can see that it comes down, right? So I think that those kinds of things got me very interested in science specifically. And then I personally am very interested in both physics and the environment. And I got interested in physics just by the same types of things, where I just wanted to know about how the world works around us and how different things are going on and why they work. And that has always interested me. And then I think the environment, I got interested in the environment because I realized that I just learned about more of what's going on with climate change and how bad it is and how much we really do need to work to solve some of these problems that we're facing. So my science fair experience was that I did it twice, both in junior year and senior year of high school. And in junior year, I worked on a project looking at stacking balls and the friction in between those balls and how high can you stack a stack of balls. And that was a great project for me to learn a lot of different things, because it was the first time I had ever done any type of science fair project. And it was very interesting for me to get to, number one, see other people's projects and learn from their projects. And also it was a good experience for myself to practice talking to judges, how to present a project, and kind of just in general, like learning a lot about how does the science fair work, and just get practice with presenting. So then in senior year, I worked on another project, and that was about, so basically I built this device that measured the polarization of skylight, which is how much the electric fields align with each other. And then we were able to use this data to find information about air quality and how much aerosol particle is around in the atmosphere. And this was really interesting because I was able to apply those physics and engineering concepts that I'm really interested in to something that's more sustainability focused and environmental focused. And I think that project really got me interested in how to what I want to do career-wise, and just how this actually can be done. You can actually use concepts that you're interested in to maybe work on a project that's something that you're passionate about. So something from this experience that I got was I had learned a lot junior year just from logistical aspects and things like that. How does the science fair work? And senior year, I was able to come back and maybe present a little bit better because I had learned stuff junior year. And also just to be more prepared than I was before that. And I think that really was helpful because I talked to so many different judges. And all of these different judges have different ideas, and they bring different things to the table because they all have their own experiences. And I think it's really interesting because you get so many different questions, and many of which you've probably never thought of before. And I think that was really helpful for me because, number one, it got me thinking about my project and maybe some of the bigger implications of that. But number two, it was really interesting to see how to kind of answer some of these questions on the spot, because you don't necessarily know what types of questions you're going to get. And I think that that's something that, having done the science fair previously, really was helpful because I kind of had an idea of what was coming, although I didn't know the specific questions themselves. And I think that, again, it was really interesting to see all of the different projects that different people had, and kind of see other people are doing similar projects to what you're doing, and some of them are doing completely different projects, and they're all in the same category. And it's just really interesting to learn from different people and see what they're doing. So now I go to Georgia Tech, and I'm a sophomore at Georgia Tech. And I'm a mechanical engineering major, but I still want to do something focused on sustainability. So currently I do research in a lab, and that's something that science fair definitely encouraged me to wanting to do, because it made me kind of consider research in a different way, and it made me really excited about research. And it was nice because this is also engineering research, but it's focused on sustainability. So I think that the science fair showed me how I could do that and how I could do that as a career if I wanted to. And yeah, so I just personally learned a lot from that experience, and it's helping me now through this research experience and hopefully in the future. So I know in the future I want to incorporate research into my career somehow. I'm not exactly sure if I want to do a master's and a PhD and maybe a postdoc and then go into like corporate research or academia, or if I want to do maybe just a master's and then go into a company and just work in a company. But I definitely know that I still want to be using these engineering concepts, physics concepts, in order to do environmental stuff. And I think that that's really, it's definitely a great experience that the science fair had in showing me that that's possible. I would say don't be afraid of failure, because a lot of times doing different projects can feel really intimidating, or taking a certain class might feel intimidating, or maybe just wanting, like, there are a lot of different things, right, that can maybe be a little bit scary, but that's kind of the process, right? It's supposed to be a little scary. It's scary for everyone else as well. And there's so many resources out there to help you. You have teachers, you can ask your teachers for help. You can ask a lot of different people out there for help. And I think that that's something that would have been really helpful for me, because a lot of times I was really scared of like what's going to happen if I don't do this. But I don't think that that's, it's important to know that, okay, like, yeah, it's okay that it's scary, but at the same time you need to be a little bit fearless, and you need to just say, okay, that's okay, but I'm gonna do it anyway. And it's okay if I fail and it doesn't work out, that's fine. So much research fails, otherwise we wouldn't know anything if nothing failed. So I think that it's really important just to be a little fearless and go for everything that you want to do and not be held back by that fear of failure.